Dear students, today we talk on oogenesis. Oogenesis is the formation and maturation of egg in ovary. Each ovary is lined by germinal epithelium. The germinal epithelium contains germ cells which produce eggs. It can be studied by three phases, namely multiplication phase, growth phase, and maturation phase. First one now, multiplication phase. Here, primordial germ cells undergo mitotic division to produce egg mother cells or oogonia. They are in diploid condition. Second stage is the growth phase. Here, oogonia are developed into primary oocytes. It can be studied by two stages. First one is pre-vitellogenesis and vitellogenesis. First one now, pre-vitellogenesis. Here, volume of nucleus and cytoplasm increases. By the accumulation of nuclear sap, the nucleus increases. The increased nucleus by the accumulation of nuclear sap is called germinal vesicle. It involves production of proteins and rRNA. Cytoplasm also increases and contains more mitochondria, cortical granules, etc. The second one is vitellogenesis. It is the synthesis of yolk. Yolk is a reserve food. Yolky cytoplasm is called deuteroplasm or deutoplasm. Yolk contains water, protein, lipid, carbohydrates, minerals, etc. By these changes, oogonia are developed into larger primary oocytes. They are diploid in condition. That is about growth phase. Here, growth phase is significant and takes long duration because it includes two main processes like pre-vitellogenesis and vitellogenesis. Third one is maturation phase. Here, primary oocytes undergo first meiotic division to produce two dissimilar haploid daughter cells. One is larger secondary oocyte and one is smaller first polar body. They undergo second meiotic division. The secondary oocyte produces two haploid daughter cells. One is a larger oocyte and one is smaller second polar body. The first polar body produces two similar daughter cells called polar bodies. At the end of second meiotic division, each primary oocyte produces four haploid daughter cells. One is a larger oocyte and three are smaller polar bodies. The oocyte is directly converted into functional ovum or egg. The polar bodies are degenerated. This is something about a process of oogenesis. Mainly, it involves three stages: multiplication phase, growth phase, and maturation phase. In multiplication phase, oogonia are produced. In the growth phase, primary oocytes are developed. In maturation phase, the ovum and polar bodies are produced. Next one now, I will take a egg of frog and generalized egg. So we will consider a structure of generalized egg. Egg is large, haploid female gamete. It is spherical or oval in shape. It is covered over by plasma membrane and vitelline membranes. They enclose the ooplasm. Ooplasm contains nucleus with a haploid set of maternal chromosomes and yolk. Yolk is concentrated towards vegetal pole and a pigmented area towards animal pole. This also contains a gray crescent area and polocytes. This is the structure about a generalized egg. But in first diagram now, that is the egg of frog. Here, the egg membranes are the plasma membrane, vitelline membrane, and three layered jelly coats. They enclose the cytoplasm, contains yolk and nucleus. This is something about structure of a generalized egg and egg of frog. I will take a reproductive cycle. Reproductive cycle, particularly menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is the series of rhythmic changes takes from puberty to menopause in female primates. So menstrual cycle is a series of rhythmic changes takes from puberty to menopause in female primates. It begins from the age of 13 to 14 years till continues at the age of 45 to 50 years. The length of the cycle is 28 days. The menstrual cycle can be studied by four stages. They are: first one now, menstrual phase; second one, pre-ovulatory phase; third one is ovulatory phase; and fourth one is post-ovulatory phase. The menstrual phase occurs from first to fifth day of the cycle. Pre-ovulatory phase occurs from 6th to 13th day of the cycle. Ovulatory phase occurs on 14th day of the cycle. Post-ovulatory phase takes from 15th to 28th day of cycle. Anyhow, the menstrual cycle includes four stages. First one now, menstrual phase. The menstrual phase is a period of bleeding or menstruation. It occurs from first to fifth day of the cycle. During menstruation, the superficial two-third layer of endometrium is eroded and discarded off along with the unfertilized egg. The uterine blood vessels also ruptured to causes bleeding. Second one now pre-ovulatory phase. It occurs from 6th to 13th day of the cycle. The follicular cell secretes more estrogen, which includes the regeneration of endometrium. By the end of the phase of endometrium become about 5 millimeter thick. The graphene follicle gets matured and is ready for ovulation. The ovulatory phase. It is a phase in which ovulation or release of eggs takes place. It is usually takes place on the 14th day of the cycle. The released egg is picked up by the fallopian tube. The egg remains alive only for 24 hours, and if fertilization is not takes place, it will die. So ovulatory phase means ovulation or releasing of eggs on 14th day of the cycle. Post-ovulatory phase. It occurs from 15th to 28th day of the cycle. During this, the ruptured follicle changes into corpus luteum and produces progesterone hormone. This helps further thickening of uterine wall. Uterine glands are distended and filled with secretions. The whole purpose is provide appropriate conditions for implantation of a fertilized ovum if fertilization takes place. This is something about a menstrual cycle, come under reproductive cycle. The diagram gives primary follicle, mature follicle, and then uterus, mature corpus luteum. Menstruation on first day of the cycle, ovulation on the 14th day, and the remaining post-ovulatory phase. This is something about reproductive cycle, particularly menstrual cycle. Now we'll take differences between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis, it takes place in the seminiferous tubules of testes. Oogenesis takes place in the follicles of ovary. During spermatogenesis, growth phase is insignificant. During oogenesis, growth phase is significant where accumulation of yolk takes place. In spermatogenesis, reductional division of primary spermatocytes result in equal sized spermatids. In oogenesis, the reductional division result in one large ootid and three small polar bodies. In spermatogenesis, spermatids undergo spermiogenesis to become sperms. In oogenesis, oocyte can directly function as ovum. In spermatogenesis, four functional sperms are produced from a primary spermatocyte. In oogenesis, only one ovum is produced from each primary oocyte. In spermatogenesis, the development of sperms is closely associated with Sertoli cells. In oogenesis, development of oocyte is associated with follicular cells. These are the few important differences between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. This one is already covered. Any clarification, any doubts, send me the messages. Thank you.